Hi. If you're new here, my name is Epi. I am a streamer from England, northwest of England, a little place called Manchester. I just said tiny place. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay if you are new here. And if you're a regular, hello. Welcome. Get comfy. Tiny like you. Yes. Tiny like me. All 5'10" of me. Anyway, because I'm smart and my two passions are streaming and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I've decided today that I'm going to rank every single Marvel Cinematic Universe project, films, TV shows. I'm not going to do one-shots, but I'm going to include the Netflix TV shows because we love the Defenders, except Iron Fist. We don't like Iron Fist. No one likes Iron Fist. So the best MCU film, in my opinion. But Infinity War is the best Marvel film ever. I'm not taking no other answer. It's unanimous. Great twist ending, beautiful cinematic shots, Wakanda fight on Titan, the Dustin effect. See, it's factual. I don't think anyone's going to disagree that Infinity War is the best, although people might say Endgame. So my second would have been Endgame, but No Way Home exists. It's No Way Home or Endgame. Endgame had a more ramification. No Way Home was not prettier, but was like a more beautiful film. I'm going to put No Way Home second because fan service, smile. The three Spider-Men perching on top of the bridge thing. Electric shot before he fights Electro. Telephone towers. Flying Spectre. Bonus, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. But then I realistically have to put Endgame third because biggest superhero spectacle. Literally everyone on the cast. Like literally everyone. Grossing film ever, I think. Highest grossing movies. Somehow Avatar is back on top. So second highest grossing film ever. Then number 4. I feel like this is where preference comes in. Number 4, Civil War or one of the Guardians of the Galaxies. Black Panther's up there. It can't be Moon Knight yet because it's not finished. Winter Soldier exists still, which is probably the best Captain America film. Actually, yeah, because that's what makes Captain America trilogy like so iconic. It's got 2 top tier movies. Yeah, you know what? Captain America, Winter Soldier. Most emotional attachment to a villain. I'm gonna put villain in quotation marks because he's not really a villain anymore. Fits the style. Steve Rogers. Well, comic antagonist. That's a good idea. In Captain America, Civil War, the best like translation of comic script. Like this is like a direct comic strip. Spider-Man in the MCU, I feel like people overlook that, which they definitely shouldn't have put in the trailer, but shouldn't have been in the trailer though. We can always put, you know what? I'm putting that there. I'm moving that down. Best villain in comic book property. Best villain in live action comics. Well, or one-off. Let's put one-off. Emotional character development. Blind representation. I've realised I can say so much about Daredevil. Hallway fight scene. Now that I'm talking about it, I think Daredevil is better than Winter Soldier. Nah, but then that'd put Daredevil as the 4th most ranked MCU property. I don't think that's true. We'll keep it like that. Civil War at 6, Daredevil at 5. Doctor Strange, Ragnarok. I'm going to write down what I'm thinking. This is not what it's going to be. Ragnarok, Far From Home, and Guardians of the Galaxy. One of them. I think it might be Guardians just because it took an unknown, or not an unknown, but a not necessarily adored comic characters and made him good. Took a relatively unknown comic group and made them relevant in pop culture. The soundtrack is amazing. Color scheme works perfectly. Right, left. What comes after Guardians of the Galaxy? Let me write out so I can see in front of me. Doctor Strange, Ragnarok. They're the 4 that are going to be the next 4. I think it's just a matter of ordering them. Chat, what do we think? What's the best out of those 4? Ragnarok. Hear me out. Well-timed comedy. Still traumatic to see the Ragnarok happen. Amazing colour scheme. I think Ragnarok might actually have the best colour scheme in the MCU. Out of any MCU film. Vital for Thor's character development. And everyone loves Thor. Thor's like one of the most appreciated characters in the MCU, so I feel like we have to give Ragnarok a high rank, especially because the first Thor is not good enough to get probably in the top 10, and Dark World is definitely coming last. I'm British English. Why is it telling me American things? Bloody hell. What comes after Ragnarok? I'm putting Homecoming next. Most grounded MCU villain, but young Peter Parker, always a dub. Oh, the car scene. Let me show you guys. Sorry guys, I got you. Vulture and Spider-Man talk scene.
Great party, really great. Yeah, beautiful house, a lot of windows.
You were there for like 2 seconds. You disappeared.
Michael Keaton is such a good actor. The realization, the cog turning. This has like horror scene elements, and it was a Spider-Man movie. Also, the green lighting on his face. Look at that. Oh, we need more Spider-Man films where the villain is like a street level villain, but it's still terrifying enough to hurt Spider-Man, like Craven.
Looks so pretty.
Thank you. That scene is unreal. W for Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton. W. And then 10 wouldn't be Far From Home. If I did put Far From Home here, it would have all Peter Parker films in the MCU in the top 10, if you include Civil War as well. So his trilogy and the one film he's in would all be in the top 10, but people still want to debate whether Tom Holland's one of the best Spider-Men. Crazy to think about, just saying, you know what I mean? I'm not going to put Far From Home here, even though I want to, just to prove people wrong, because I have explanations and receipts as well for it, but I won't. At 10, I'll put Doctor Strange. Earliest reference to the multiverse, visually appealing. Best actor casting since Robert Downey Jr. Model cliffhanger. That's always a dub. I really want to watch Homecoming now. Hola, buenos dias. Editor Epi here. This next bit is me going from 10 to 1 in reverse order from the end of the stream. I'm just going to add to basically summarize the rest of the video. So, I mean, if you made it this far, you're a real one. I respect that. Number 10, Doctor Strange, earliest reference to the multiverse, one of the most visually appealing films, best actor casting since Robert Downey Jr., and obviously the Mordo cliffhanger. I like when there's a cliffhanger that you don't get an answer to straight away. Spider-Man Homecoming, the most grounded MCU villain and probably one of the best with Vulture, young Peter Parker, and the car scene with Michael Keaton is just, that itself could put this film in the top 5. For Ragnarok, it has probably the best time comedy, bar probably Moon Knight and Deadpool if you count Deadpool. Still traumatic to see the Ragnarok happen despite this comedy. Amazing colour scheme. Jesus. Probably the best in the MCU, and it was vital for Thor's character development. Guardians of the Galaxy, at 7, it took a relatively unknown comic group and made them relevant in pop culture. Soundtrack's amazing, and the colour scheme works perfectly. Captain America Civil War has the best translation of comic strips with the shield bashing into Tony's blasters, and it was the introduction of Spider-Man into the MCU. Shouldn't have been in the trailer though, should have left it. Netflix's Daredevil, one of the best villains in live-action comic adaptations with Wilson Fisk. Emotional character development, blind representation, and the hallway fight scene. Come on, that's enough to put it top 5. Number 4, Captain America the Winter Soldier, because it gave us the most emotional attachment to an antagonist with Bucky, and it fits the style of Steve Rogers very well. The top 3 MCU products ever. Well, so far. The Multiverse of Madness is coming out soon, so don't hold me to this. Number 3, Avengers Endgame. It was the biggest superhero spectacle, highest grossing film, well, second highest, but Avatar doesn't count. Literally everyone on the cast had all of the Guardians, all of the Avengers, all of everyone, had literally everyone. Had the portal scene, the soundtrack's amazing, nearly a perfect film. Closer to being a perfect film. Number 2, Spider-Man No Way Home. Fan service, the cinematic shots, obviously the 3 Spider-Men perching, shot of the telephone towers where he fights Before he fights Electro. Bonus points, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and, you know, potentially giving them redemption movies with Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3. Matt Murdock is a dub. Is it always a dub? He's a very good lawyer. Of course he's a dub. Number 1, the greatest Marvel product, Avengers Infinity War. Had a perfect twist ending that genuinely left you gut-wrenched when you left the cinema. Had probably the most beautiful cinematic shots from the film with the Wakandan fight, the fight on Titan, the dusting effect to show people disappearing. It made you emotional and you still wanted to see more. Infinity War, I don't think Infinity War will be beaten, not even by Multiverse of Madness. I think if I had to guess where Multiverse of Madness would come on this list, in between maybe 5 and 6, maybe 4 and 5. It could come forth. We'll save the project, and we'll come back to it when Multiverse of Madness is out and when Moon Knight finishes. If you've watched all of this video, I appreciate it very much. You can catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/eppin, but all the links are going to be below anyway. You don't need to know that. Mwah.